Okay, we're at Climbers Rock and we're about to start a 60-minute session.
So this is the start position I started this boulder off with. And right away I found that this one was a little bit too hard. So I decided to put the foot a little bit higher and grab a higher hand. Then this one was a little bit too easy. I'm supposed to have to use that heel hook to catch the hold. So then I moved the right hand down but kept the feet the same, and it was a perfect difficulty.
So this one was one that Zach made up for me. Now I can rest my creativity. I can let him do the work a little bit. He set 2 more. This is the first of 3.
So for this next boulder, I walked up and I actually completely forgot where the start holds were. So I grabbed what I thought Zach kind of laid out for me, but it felt a little bit weird and maybe a bit too easy, and I was really high, and yeah, this didn't end up working. So I put one kind of weird attempt on, and then I just ditched it. So note on this boulder, I'm actually using a different left foot than the one that's included in the boulder. That's because obviously the one in the boulder is really hard to use. So I've decided to just try practicing the move with an easier foot.
My pace has been a little fast lately, so I have to take a little time between these attempts, but this is actually going pretty well. At first I thought it was impossible. I thought I'd have to use the screw holes, but yeah, it feels close.
You'll also notice that when I stick this, I don't actually keep climbing because this is a coordination session, so I'm not actually trying to send boulders, I'm just trying to do moves. So now that I've stuck the move, I'm gonna go back and try it with the left foot. But as I said earlier, it is very hard with the left foot and I can't bring myself to really put weight on it. Zach said he did this with the left foot, which is very impressive. So I'm gonna have to come back to it, but yeah, that is no way today. So this last boulder of the day is one that Zach made up for me, and it is another one of those campus paddle moves. So you swing to the right and then you match the hand, then you swing and stab the left hand, left foot. So here's my first attempt on it, and again, I said I did this kind of move at nationals, but it was a little bit of an easier version of this, and I've never actually stuck a move like this in training when I make a hard version of it. So you can see this attempt was just all kinds of wrong. You'll see here my hips completely open up and face out, and they don't let me properly have a good line of direction and get my left foot on. So you can see this next attempt, I'm really trying to avoid that and not have my hips spin out, but I find it very, very awkward. And yeah, you can see I'm kind of stopping and resetting a little bit, and yeah, it just does not feel good because the wall angle kind of changes. And again, I kind of get my hips in, but I don't get my foot where I want it to go. So you'll see these next few attempts, my foot is just kind of pulling back every time before I go. And that is obviously a big issue. I find that my foot is kind of getting there before my hand does. So I brought in Zach, who was just campusing, and I figured this is kind of a campus move. So you'll see he's got one street shoe on and one sock on because he was just campusing. But I brought him in to see if I could just look at how he does it, so I could just watch him and play it back on my phone. When I do my next attempt here, I'm really picturing him in my head, and I'm just trying to mimic his movement, and I actually get a lot closer. So then these next attempts are a little bit better than my first few. Still kind of having some of the same problem with my foot, but all of a sudden my foot's starting to get closer and closer, and it's starting to actually stab on the foot. I'm just kind of missing it. So you'll see this attempt here, I finally put it all together, and I found the key was actually pulling in a little bit with my hands as I pulled up to the jug. So I do it one more time to really cement it in, and you'll see I really pull in to get control of the paddle hold and the foot.
So obviously I was really psyched to get that move finally, but now aware that it is kind of a weakness of mine. So yeah, I'm gonna have to start working on this a lot. I think maybe today I've started to get better at it. I finally stuck one of these types of moves in training, and yeah, it felt really good. And I was trying to suppress the smile, and this happens in comps too. I can't bring myself to be psyched when I top something, but I am.